This is me and this is my story. In my daily life, I was busy with work, with sport, with the people around me, but still, there was missing something. I met someone who changed my life completely. His name is addiction. Addiction made me feel something that nobody ever made me feel before. When addiction and I were together, I felt like I could take on the whole world. Because of addiction, I felt confident and calm. Addiction and I became best friends. If I didn't feel so good, addiction was there to help me forget about my feelings. And if I did feel good about myself, I went looking for addiction to celebrate. Even when I felt nothing, I started to look for addiction to help me feel anything. Addiction made me feel better, even better when I was with other friends. The more time I spent with addiction, the bigger the distance became between me and my environment. I actually really liked hanging out with friends, but when addiction was there, I noticed that people found it difficult to interact with me. I spent a lot of time alone with addiction. Addiction made me lose my concentration. Addiction wasn't welcome at my work anymore, so work automatically became less important to me. Even my partner didn't want addiction there when we were together, so I started to see my partner less and less. Addiction took away all the intimacy between me and my partner. Addiction stopped me from eating properly. Addiction stopped me from taking care of myself. Addiction made sure that I wouldn't get enough sleep. Addiction that made me feel so good about myself at first was now more like a friend who kept holding me down. With all my willpower, I tried to keep addiction away, but no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't do it without addiction anymore. I found it hard to acknowledge that addiction has taken over my life. When I reached the point that I felt completely isolated, locked out and alone, that was the point when I knew I had to change something in my life. I realized addiction held me back from achieving the most important things in my life. My life still had meaning and certain goals were still important to me. Acknowledgement was the first step to recovery. When I started to appreciate myself again, I could accept the help I needed. Professional help, but also help from my environment. That was a huge turning point in my life. My environment opened up to listen and support me, even though they found it difficult sometimes. The trust between them and me had to grow, and that happened. Life without addiction was certainly not easy. I missed addiction all the time. My support was suddenly gone. Recovery was extremely valuable to me. I wanted to work out again, have a nice dinner, see my friends. Because my environment didn't judge me and gave me all the time I needed to get my life back together, I started to feel more confident without addiction, even though it wasn't always easy. I did nice things again with the people around me. Life got more sense. I reconnected with myself again, and I don't need addiction for that anymore. I don't need addiction anymore to fill up the void. When I'm going through some difficult times, I know that the people around me will always be right by my side. Together, we are strong.